made in part with the Studio Ghibli team.
Ghibli?
I used to say Ghibli, like Ghibli. You know, you got to put a little accent on it when you say it. Just can't be like Ghibli.
Studio Ghibli.
And I worked at Toys R Us at the time. I worked with this like super nerd. He was really into like anime. I'm not into that stuff. But, you know, borderline like weeb level. And I had said Ghibli, and he corrected me. From then on, I was like, it's got to be Ghibli. It really can go either way, but I was like, I'm just going to fucking say Ghibli. That just sounds more natural to me. But yes, Ni no Kuni, it's made in part with like the Studio Ghibli team. If you've seen the game or played the game, I mean, you just look at one image, you can just automatically tell.
Welcome back to the Hardcore Podcast. This is episode 31, and I'm your host, Robert Melton.
And I am your co-host, Christopher Norwood.
Welcome back.
Hey, it's good to be back. I'm excited for this one.
Yeah, we're going to be talking about some game news from the PlayStation Showcase.
Mm-hmm. Oh, man, we had like 30 plus games either like shown to us, like new gameplay, or like revealed, announced. So there's a lot of cool stuff to go over.
Yeah, and we got a little discussion on our favorite games from different genres.
Yeah, so like we chose like the main gaming genres like RPG, JRPG. I guess you could combine those, but I feel like those are just
but they're very
enough.
different. Yeah,
FPS, fighting games, platformers, and we chose our favorite game each for each genre.
Yeah,
so we're gonna go over those, discuss maybe why they're our favorites, maybe some honorable mentions. But yeah, we got some cool stuff in store for you today.
Yeah, so let's go over some of that showcasing. What was shown? So I watched a few trailers. I know you watched the whole showcase.
I watched the whole showcase a day late because this is the 25th and the showcase was on the 24th. So again, like 30 plus games were shown. I just made note of the ones that were like most interesting to me. The ones that you would probably also find most interesting, our taste is somewhat the same.
Yeah.
So the game that stole the show for me, I'm going to save that till the end because you have not seen that trailer. Right. That was not one of the games that you have seen the trailer for.
Yeah, I got it pulled up. We're going to play that at the end of this segment.
But I'm just going to go in the like order that they showed them. There's a game called Sword of the Sea that I thought, seemed pretty interesting, interested me, piqued my interest. So this is from the makers of Abzu and Journey, which are very like relaxing visual, just storytelling games. We don't know much about the story, but it showed him kind of like surfing on like what looked like a sword. And I don't know if you've played those games or seen those games, but the graphic style is very like stylized. Yeah. And it was in that same style. And he was just kind of like surfing on the sand on this sword. The character looked really cool. But I don't know, like the music was really good. It was very like calming, relaxing. I just think it's going to be a pretty neat game. So that was one. We have Teardown. This is one I'm actually more stoked for. So Teardown is kind of like a 3D pixel game. It looks like the premise is destroying buildings and your surroundings with weapons and vehicles. It looks very entertaining.
I'm actually going to pull that trailer up too. But
have you seen that one?
I have not.
So yeah, that one's called Teardown. And again, it's almost like 3D pixel. It's like Legos almost, but it's like an actual world. And in the game, he's just like breaking buildings. He's like driving vehicles, attaching like jets or like boosters to the vehicle, ramming into different buildings and stuff. And that's really all that was shown. It was just a bunch of that. And I was like, wow, this looks pretty neat though. Like the physics of the destruction, it just seems like it'd be one of those like satisfying games to play.
That does sound fun.
We did get, I was not expecting this one, but Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater. We're getting a remake of that apparently. So we got a teaser, very very short, just kind of teaser trailer for that. It was showing like the brutality and just how like real nature is, and it was showing like the ants, and then like the birds, and then like the snake eating the bird, but then the alligator eating the snake, and it was in a swamp, but then it like went into the woods a little bit. And you see like a figure like in the water halfway, and then it does a close up, and then at that point you can obviously tell like this is Solid Snake. Well, I think Solid Snake. I know there's a lot of lore there and the different characters, but like the main guy from Snake Eater. So that looks pretty cool. This one you did see the trailer for, Final Fantasy 16. You tell me what you thought about that.
Well, this has been highly anticipated by both of us.
Yeah.
So it was nice to see, like, because this comes out next month. Very soon.
I want to say it was June 22nd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So literally less than a month
less
from
than
now.
A month. Yes. This was number one on our list for a while. And then I showed you, I was like, dude, did you see the new Tears of the Kingdom trailer?
Yeah.
And then after watching that, he was like, yeah, this is probably my number one.
Yeah. And I got to say, after playing Tears of the Kingdom, I don't think this is going to trump that. But you never know.
Yeah.
Because the game does look really fun.
It does.
And this is kind of what I've been wanting from like a Final Fantasy game for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Like Final Fantasy 15 looked cool, but it doesn't look like anywhere near this game.
Yeah.
Because this is like, this has a lot of aspects I like from Final Fantasy games, like very medieval. Mm-hmm. I love the summons. So there's a lot of interaction with the summons in this game.
Mm-hmm.
So it seems anyway, because you like become
the summons. Say,
it's like very Power Rangers vibes.
I don't know if it's going to be, because in like the Final Fantasy games, like if you seek them out, you can pretty much get all the summons. I don't know if it's going to be like that. Because it seems like the main character is kind of like, all right, Ifrit, let's go.
Yeah, it seems like they are the summon.
Yeah.
So
I don't know if it's like you're able to steal their, I don't know what makes them become it, maybe like a crystal or something. If you can take the crystal and then become these different summons.
Yeah.
Or if you can get them in your party and then change to them and they become the summons.
It's giving me like Legends of Dragons vibes.
Which was one I did not play growing up, but I hear a lot about it.
Yeah.
So what I put down for Final Fantasy 7, new trailer looks
16,
sweet.
you mean?
Sorry, 7. What? Where am I? Not even halfway there with 7. We're at 16 now. Final Fantasy 16. So new trailer looks sweet. Showed off some diverse voice acting. But I can't help but think, and I don't know why it took this trailer to really, sink in this for me, but the character design is a bit generic. And I feel like this is very common with like Final Fantasies. Mm-hmm. But like I think of like Tidus. Like he's, whether you like him or not, he's a really cool looking character. Yeah. 10 just nailed it with the character design. Sir Orin, really cool looking character. Waka, this is super sick looking character. What was that one guy? The Beast guy? Kamari, super. Lulu, Lady Yuna, Riku. Like all sick top tier designs. And then it's like, oh, it's another, kind of medium, long haired, dark haired antagonist.
Yeah, I think
protagonist.
Because it's
just very generic.
This is like 30 years of Final Fantasy. They've kind of run out of ideas on. I mean,
we got over 1,000. Here's your Pokemon reference. We got over 1,000 Pokemon, and there's still, some ideas, some designs kind of they drop the ball on, but still they're pumping out good shit.
Yeah, but I mean, like with character design, I feel like it's kind of tough because it seems like in this game there's going to be a lot of main characters, like there are in many Final Fantasy games.
Yeah,
and we're getting to the point where things look so real, it's hard to like divert into these weird looking characters, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But it is Final Fantasy, so they could definitely bring other beings in, like Red 13. I mean, he's a fucking dog.
Right.
But he's like one of the main characters in Final Fantasy 7.
Yeah. But you can't tell me this is like the third or fourth trailer we've seen now with the main protagonist.
I couldn't tell you which one is the main protagonist.
Well, you can't tell me you haven't seen like that exact design in like
Devil May
so
Cry.
many other Devil May Cry, hack and slash games, fucking JRPGs. I feel like I've seen this character so many times.
Yeah, exactly.
But I don't know if it was just me really being conscious and paying attention to it, but again, I feel like the voice acting was really good in this trailer.
Yeah.
Like it really stood out to me. I was like,
they're all
these
British.
Are some good, these are some
which
good
is
fucking
cool.
voice actors. Oh my God, they're killing it.
Yeah, I feel like you don't get a lot of British voice acting in video games. Not like you should.
Yeah. But still, really excited for that. Looks really good. Combat looks sick. Hoping for like a really good story. I really liked, you brought up 15. I enjoyed 15, but I feel like they dropped the ball a little bit on the story. But like the combat was good. The gameplay mechanics were fun.
Yeah.
We got a trailer for Alan Wake 2. So I think this was one that we knew was coming out at some point, but we got like like a gameplay trailer for it.
I did
And
watch that
pretty
trailer.
Cool. That
Looks neat.
It looked very atmospheric and creepy.
I know that's got like a cult following.
Yeah, that
Alan
is one of
Wake.
those like cult following games. It's not
Yeah.
like huge, but like it's got that
Yeah, like
very devoted
fan base.
Fan base.
Yeah, I don't know anybody personally that's ever played it, but just like if you ever see it online, like it's just huge.
Is it like a? Maybe you know more about it. Is it
I
like
don't.
kind of a polarizing game? Is it like either love or hate it?
I have no idea. I'll be
curious.
honest.
I feel like it's one of those games you do see like on sale all the time. It's like a $5 under $10 game. May have to pick it up at some point.
Yeah.
Got too much on my plate right now, and ain't gonna be anytime soon, but
right.
maybe later. So I don't know how I feel about this one, but I still wanted to make note of it. Assassin's Creed Mirage.
I didn't even watch that one.
So I am kind of like over Assassin's Creed at this point, although Valhalla was really sick. I enjoyed that one. That one was like different enough to where like I really liked it.
Mm-hmm.
And when I seen this trailer, when they were setting it up, I thought this was a remake for the first one.
When I seen the thumbnail, that's what it kind of seemed like.
Like it looked like it was going on during like the same time period. Like his attire looked very similar, but in the trailer they called him a different name because I know the first one it's like Altair.
Yeah.
But I want to call him, they called him like Salem or not Salem, but like I don't remember, but it wasn't Altair.
Yeah.
So what I wrote for that was, it seems like they were going back to their roots because it showed off some combat and it was very like old school Assassin's Creed combat, which I definitely preferred. Although Valhalla's combat was sweet, but it definitely seemed old school, like they were going back to their roots. And again, I just don't know how I feel about it. And again, another thing that made me think this was like a remake / like a remaster, it just didn't seem, I know it's current gen now, but it didn't seem like next gen to me.
Oh, really?
Like, I mean, like there was some like pretty lighting and maybe some like ray tracing effect, but with some of the games we've now seen, like Ragnarok and shit like that, like it wasn't up to par. So yeah, with that being said, it feels a little dated.
It honestly makes sense. That's what Ubisoft is known for, just pumping this shit out.
I know.
Just spend the extra time and just make it a fucking phenomenal game.
Right. And it may be.
It may be, but
it was interesting enough to where like I wanted to like talk about it. I just don't. With that trailer, I don't know how I feel.
Right.
As of right now. But I'm keeping my eye out on that one.
I'll check the trailer out.
This is one I'm pretty stoked on. I've been actually slightly following this one for a few years now, and we finally got a release date. Grand Blue Fantasy Relink. So this one is very like, what's that?
You've been following that?
Just a little bit, because again, I've heard about this and seen like little images and like little bits of gameplay years ago.
Okay.
Years ago. So it's very like anime kind of stylized. So I seen gameplay of this game years ago, and exciting to see more and get a release date. Combat and character, enemy design looks good. Love the art style and direction. We have one that, man, they showed off. There was a decent amount going on in the trailer. There was nothing I could really pinpoint and like write down on. But this one's called Tower of Fantasy. So it's, again, kind of beautiful, stylized, animated graphic style, and it seems promising. I didn't write down much on these.
That's fair.
So if the little things that I'm saying about it seem interesting, check it out. Check out the trailers, or just check out the showcase. Like, it was a good showcase. They literally went from game to game to game. There's not a lot of like filler, not too much talking, and right over an hour long, so you get a decent amount. Here's another one that you definitely seen the trailer for because you told me about it. Dragon's Dogma 2.
Yeah.
What did you think?
I mean, obviously, it's not like gameplay really in it.
They showed some game. What? No, they showed gameplay.
Was there?
They showed a lot of gameplay. Yeah. That was all like pretty much gameplay.
Maybe I'm not remembering it correctly.
Maybe we'll watch that one, when we're done filming.
Perhaps. But, I mean, definitely I'm excited for that.
With what you did see. I mean, was it like, oh, wow, this looks sick?
Yeah, I mean, it looks pretty original to the first.
Mm-hmm.
And just updated.
Yes. It literally looked like they stayed very true to their direction with the first one.
Exactly.
Which is, I think, for the most part, good. Because I really...
A lot of people love
that is game. A hidden gem.
Yeah.
Dragon's Dogma is one that people sleep on. Not a lot of people know about that. So I'd put that the graphics looked, in my opinion, a tad bit dated.
I will say
Just
that.
a tad bit dated. It literally looked like a revamped version of the first one, which again, graphic-wise, maybe not so good, but in every other aspect, that's not a bad thing. Again, the gameplay looked like a revamped version of the original Dragon's Dogma and looks like a ton of fun and still visually appealing. Like, I don't want you to hear that and think that I'm kind of shitting on it. Like, it still looks really good. It's just based off things that have already gotten. It looks like it's a little bit dated.
And this game could be fucking massive. We have no idea.
I mean, yeah, there could be reasons for that. This could be... Are games still coming out on the PS4? I was going to say maybe it's going to come out on the PS4 and they have to.
Games are still coming out on PS4.
Oh, okay.
Hogwarts just got ported to it.
That's right, and that's coming out on the Switch.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe that's part of the reason too. They can't make it look so fucking stunning because it's like, hey, we still got to put it on last gen consoles.
Yeah, probably.
And we did see that Resident Evil 4 remake is getting a VR mode. That looked pretty cool. They showed off like quite a few.
There's a bunch of
VR games. Some of them looked like what you would expect from like a VR FPS, but this one looks sweet. Like this one actually looked like a lot of time was put into it.
Mm-hmm.
And lastly, we got a really good look at the new Spider-Man 2
it was
game.
like 10 minutes worth or something like that, right?
That was a really cool like gameplay showcase.
Yeah. Like that Craven.
Yeah. Is it Craven the Hunter?
Yeah.
Is that his name? Yeah, they showed a good bit of like that kind of, I guess that one storyline there.
Mm-hmm.
So we got a big gameplay reveal. Game looks beautiful. Combat looks like a lot of fun, which is what we would expect from Insomniac. The first one, the combat was amazing. I made note of like the scene transitions. They were like flawless. Like when you'd go from like combat then to like a cutscene, then back to it, like that transition, which again, they did really well with the first one is what we would expect.
This game just looks so much better though.
It does. And I'm guessing throughout the game.
In every way, like combat, just graphics, like it actually looks like a PS5 game.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And I'm guessing throughout the game, you may get to a point where you can just choose, like, do I want to play as Miles Morales or like Peter Parker?
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Because this game definitely stars both of them as the gameplay, like, reveal trailer showed off. Anything that you want to make a note on Spider-Man 2?
Just being able to play as a symbiote.
Yeah, your boy. I guess. Your boy's definitely going to get some action, but we didn't really quite see him here.
Right.
But the abilities, it showed him fighting with like the symbiote powers, like the abilities and stuff you can do with that looked really cool.
And you can definitely tell it's like a more angsty Peter Parker.
Yeah. Actually, I had mentioned before the podcast how this was the first time that I actually realized that the voice actor for Sasuke is playing him. Mm-hmm. And I guess he played him in the first game too. I just never realized.
Yeah.
But you could definitely, because of that angst, you could definitely hear like the kind of, I'm pissed off at the world. I'm going to kill my brother, the Sasuke that we know.
Yeah.
And some may love. You could definitely hear that in this Peter Parker.
No, I'm stoked on it. When does it? Do you know when that game comes out? Isn't that soon?
I think it is very soon. I think it's like early fall, like late summer.
Okay.
Like August, September, maybe.
Not bad.
I could be completely wrong, but either way, we're getting it this year. This year. It's coming out this year. Hopefully, it could be pushed, I guess.
Oh, we'll see if I'm finished with Tears of the Kingdom before then.
Well, you then have to play Final Fantasy 16.
So,
and then next year, maybe you'll have some time to play Spider-Man 2.
Yeah.
So lastly, again, for me, you could have a completely different opinion, but this game stole the show for me. So let's check out that trailer.
All right. And what was it called?
This game is called Phantom Blade Zero.
Phantom Blade Zero.
Yeah. And when I originally thought this was going to be like a Neo 3, like NIOH, like the Neo game, I thought it was going to be the third one because the main character, he looked very similar to like the main protagonist in that game.
Okay. Let's check it out.
Which I guess it could be connected, but we'll find out.
Yeah.
Knowing you have only 66 days to live.
Oh, this is Ghost of Tsushima.
Just run away.
Really pretty.
It won't make any difference
Very
at the
pretty.
end of the day.
A little muddy, but still very beautiful.
Yeah, you can kind of tell it's like a filter.
You know better
in the
than
forest.
anyone else.
Ah, those movements. That just
That's
looks
crazy,
just so
yeah.
fucking real.
Kind of seemed like a flashback or something. These parts.
Everyone wears a mask. You too.
Oh.
This is a real face.
He let you live? What secret did you sell him?
What the fuck?
That's so awesome.
That's so dope.
Only a dead person can keep a secret.
Look how smooth this shit is,
Whoa.
man.
That's nuts.
Going where? This damn place. You're suicidal.
He looks real as shit.
Yeah.
One last toast. And we're all done.
Damn. That's so cool.
Patience is the key, Master. Time is not on his side. All we have to do is wait.
Yes. Let's kill him with time.
What's your plan? Knowing you have only 66 days to live.
It's so interesting.
Get my heart back.
Kill him with time. You have 66 days to live, and he wants his heart back. What does that mean?
Yeah, I'm curious.
That's a sick fucking trailer, though.
Dude, that was... I told Colton to check that one out.
It's
That's
very
definitely up his alley, too.
very reminiscent of like Kill Bill, like the black and white, and then the blood just spraying everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool as fuck.
Did you play Ghost of Tsushima? It's very,
did not.
It's very like kind of similar to that. They used that in that game too.
Oh, sick.
So when I first seen this, and I'm glad they didn't take this route, but I was thinking this is going to be another like FromSoft style game.
Yeah.
But I'm so glad it's not. And like, you know, I like those games, but like I would have rather this been like a hack and slash style game.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like that really, you know, that combat that makes you feel like a badass. Like you seen those combos and shit, like how quick just fucking like dodging everything, blocking everything.
Yeah, it's like
Dude, there's some sick shit going on in there. I'm wondering how that will translate with like the controller and putting those inputs in.
Mhm.
Like, is there a block button? And he's just fucking like blocking all that. Like,
yeah, because we didn't see any UI in there. It's obviously gameplay. Like you can definitely tell.
oh, that's definitely that is gameplay for sure.
But they're probably, I would imagine, because it didn't have a date on there for a release.
No, that's
Not that I've seen.
probably still like really early.
Yeah, so I'm sure they're fucking with the UI still, and they just wanted like a clean trailer.
And that's what they gave us.
Yeah.
So yeah, that to me even with like the Spider-Man 2 gameplay, what we seen on Final Fantasy 16.
No, I gotta agree with you there.
That stole the show for me, and that was early. That was like 10 minutes in.
That's a dope trailer. Yeah.
Yeah, I was very hyped for that. So this is this next one is Teardown, that 3D pixel game where you just destroy shit.
Whoa. All right, let's check this out. Okay. What the fuck? Such a unique art style.
Yeah, I like it though.
Yeah, me too.
That just looks so satisfying.
Yeah, it does.
Like I love the physics of just everything just fucking blowing up.
That water looks so good. Teardown, coming to PS5.
Yeah, I'm really curious.
So does this already exist?
Is this out on the like PC? Do I just not know about this?
I don't know.
Damn. Like it looks really satisfying. Looks like it'd be
Let me
lot of fun.
check.
But I'm wondering what the
Teardown.
like you seen him using that like spray paint feature, like with arrows, like almost telling him where to go. So I'm wondering like if you die, you have to like start all over.
This came out in April. Oh, of last year.
Last year. Oh man, I'm behind. Oh, look at that. Overwhelmingly positive.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
That's 65,000 reviews.
Holy shit, I may have to.
$30.
Damn, I may have to check that one out.
I feel like that'd be a really good, just like
Hold on,
casual play.
Can you play with friends?
Single player.
Ah,
Damn.
that would have been so cool.
That is
just
unfortunate.
to destroy shit with friends.
Prepare the perfect heist in the simulated and fully destructible voxel world. Tear down walls of vehicles or explosions to create shortcuts. Stack objects to reach higher. Use the environment to your advantage in the most creative way you think you can.
So, I guess just a 3D pixel game where you destroy stuff is a little wrong there. Seems like there's a heist going on.
Yeah.
So there's a little more to it than just breaking shit.
Which is cool.
But it seems like that's a big part of the game.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Hell, I'm a fan.
Put it on the wish list.
Yeah.
Add to the backlog.
All right. Well, that does it for...
the showcase. Again, there was a lot more games that were shown. There was like another first-person kind of like spell-using fantasy game, but it just...
Was it VR?
I think it was the EA original.
Oh, really?
And it may have been VR. I didn't see anything on there that said VR. I could have missed it, but it looked like it would have been a VR game because you use your hands a lot, grabbing things and just like using spells. But I don't know. It just didn't really jump at me.
That's fair.
I think I'm becoming more like picky with age.
Yeah.
Which is not a bad thing. Because there's a lot of games I'm definitely going to miss out on. So
Same. There's just so much shit out there nowadays.
Yeah. So let's get into favorite game of each genre. Well, I say each genre. There's so many genres that would take forever, but like the big ones.
Let's open this up right.
Yeah.
Favorite game.
I feel like we haven't done that in a minute.
No.
It's been a hot minute. So I went in the order that I kind of sent the genres to you.
Okay.
What did you do? So I started with RPG.
I did the same.
RPG, JRPG. So I'm going to ask you first. So in the genre of RPG, so Western RPGs,
Yeah.
what is your absolute favorite?
So I put 2. Just
Okay.
because one is may get there.
May get there. Okay.
Yeah. But I had to put for my first one, The Elder Scrolls Skyrim.
Okay. Solid. I mean, no one's gonna be mad at that.
And
No one should be mad at that.
that one's, I mean, you don't even have to discuss that game. Everybody's played Skyrim. Everybody
Yeah.
loves Skyrim. I don't know a person that hates Skyrim other than
Yeah.
maybe Adam Blank.
I feel like he liked it.
I think he likes it, but he likes Fallout more, which is fair. I mean,
Yeah.
they're technically like the same game.
If you like shooters in like different setting, like post-apocalypse,
Yeah.
more than medieval fantasy, like
Exactly.
yeah, people are gonna.
But I'm a medieval guy, so
You are a medieval guy.
yeah,
These are the Dark Ages.
yeah. I grew up eating cobblestone.
That's right. And sweet roll. I was trying
And
to
a
think of
sweet roll.
what's that fucking drinking skooma, getting high on skooma.
I'm retired. I got an arrow in the knee.
But yeah, no one's gonna hear that and be like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
What were the other ones, or the other one?
The other one I put TLOZ TOTK. This game, dude, it has a fucking
Chokehold.
chokehold on me.
About to
It's
choke
so
slam his ass.
fun. That's all I want to do.
Yeah,
Just play that fucking
I'm
game.
ready for this to end and you to leave so I can start.
Yeah.
playing. I have quite some catching up to do,
Yeah, you do.
but I'm on my long break, and by the time this video is released, I will still be on my long break. So
Spoiler alert to everybody here. Zelda's missing.
you gotta save her again.
No.
This bitch out here like Princess Peach.
You gotta find the Master Sword.
Can you
Imagine
hear
that.
Can you hear that?
I heard the one gulp. Yummers.
I'm a gulper. You know what I'm saying? All right. So as far as RPG, anything else?
That's all I put for like my favorites. I mean, obviously, that's my bread and butter is RPGs. That's easily my favorite genre.
Would you say more so Western RPGs than JRPGs?
I don't know. They're synonymous in my opinion. There's just different aspects.
Yeah.
Like, you got the turn-based and like JRPGs.
I think it's just
mostly,
a
and
Western RPG is easier to get into.
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
You have a lot of dialogue,
JRPGs are very long.
a lot of mechanics, very slow,
Very slow. Not a lot of
starts.
voice acting.
Yeah.
And yeah, there's so many characters,
Yeah.
so many there's very, I wouldn't say learning curves, but there's just a lot that goes into JRPGs versus like a regular RPG.
I would say learning curve. I think that's
I
accurate.
mean, I guess it
Yeah.
is a learning curve, but
Yeah.
it's not like you're playing League of Legends where you have to learn every single ability, every single character, and you got hundreds of them. You know what I mean?
Oh. Well, in comparison.
Yeah, in
definitely
comparison.
not.
But you do have hundreds of hours to learn all this stuff in these or JRPGs.
Right.
So they can be way more overwhelming than like your typical ARPG,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, whereas like JRPGs are usually going to overwhelm you with just like stuff they're throwing at you, like different mechanics and stuff. And RPGs, Western RPGs, are going to kind of overwhelm you with just the world they give you.
Yeah.
You know?
Like, I think that's one of the things that maybe put down Final Fantasy 15. I mean, also I wasn't like in the perfect mood or setting to play that game when I started it.
Yeah.
But it was just throwing so much shit at me
Hold
at
on.
once.
Which one? Final Fantasy?
15.
Oh, 15. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
So I just remember just being very overwhelmed
It's-
starting that game.
I find it easier. I love both genres. Probably, I'm just going to say equally.
Yeah.
If not, it's literally like a 49-51.
Yeah, that's how I am.
But you have to be in that right mood.
Exactly.
To be like, I'm going to play some Final Fantasy.
And then when you start a Final Fantasy, you got to be like, okay, at the least, I'm putting 50 hours into this.
Yeah.
You know?
If you start a JRPG, don't play anything else or you are going to drop it.
Yeah,
And then you're
yeah.
going to have to restart.
100%. And then you're going to have to learn everything over
Whereas
again.
Skyrim, you can put 10 hours in, drop it for a year, pick it back up, and be fine.
Yeah.
You know? Fuck. I thought I was going to say something else on that. But either way, so my favorite RPG.
Can I guess?
I mean, you know what it is.
Okay, go ahead.
Obviously, I have two here. But number one is yours, but we're going back in time a little bit.
Yeah.
We're going to Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion.
I knew it.
Yeah, it's just, I'm sure there's some nostalgia in there because I do enjoy Skyrim, but just it did not hit like Oblivion did. And
I mean,
just as a kid, I mean, I'm sure you were the same way.
Yeah.
But man, like we sunk some hours into Skyrim.
Oh, yeah.
God, I sunk some hours into Oblivion.
You just had that much free time.
Yes.
'Cause, I mean, Skyrim came out as we were ending in high school. So we put in some hours, but
yeah.
you didn't have, years to put into Oblivion.
Well, that's when you kind of started working too.
Exactly,
You're like
yeah.
part-time work, but
you're
as a
working,
kid,
you get girlfriends, you're hanging out with your friends in real life, you're going and doing things. Like you
Yeah.
were in a fucking band at this time.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, I was. I was in a band.
you were doing shit. So you couldn't sink hours into Skyrim like you could Oblivion back in 2005.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was pretty much get home, maybe do some homework,
Eat a bowl of cereal.
eat a bowl of cereal, play some Oblivion, eat another bowl of cereal, go to bed.
Yeah.
So, in my opinion, the faction quests just were better. In my opinion.
Okay. Yeah.
In my
I
opinion.
mean, that's fair.
I enjoyed the faction quests. And this is just kind of a preference thing, but I felt like Oblivion had a perfectly balanced open world while not being overwhelming. Because Skyrim, there's something around every corner.
Yeah.
Like they littered that world with interesting shit, which is not a bad thing by any means.
Right.
But like I was saying with like kind of more Western RPGs, that's how it's overwhelming. They give you this open world and they just give you so much.
Yeah.
Oblivion was just like that, but not nearly as much stuff. And
Yeah.
I liked that. I liked that it was more balanced.
Yeah. The one thing I can't say that because I fucking love Oblivion too. But my biggest thing with Skyrim is like the leveling system. Like it's fine. Don't get me wrong. But Oblivion, I just love that you can just jump and it levels up.
Yeah.
I like all these little things.
Yes.
It plays just like an RPG. That's how things
Yeah.
should be. Like I shoot my bow, it levels up.
Dude,
know?
I would literally sneak. I would crouch down and
Yeah.
jump everywhere. Dude, that's how I was getting around. It
Yeah,
took
dude.
a while, but that's how I was getting around.
Tape or fucking put a rubber band on your joysticks and you just
I mean, yeah.
leveling up your fucking
The
crouch.
shit you did as a kid.
Yeah.
And I would say this was my like first truly open world game that I first got into. So I played Morrowind is Elder Scrolls 3 that obviously came before Oblivion and Skyrim. And I played that one a little bit, but definitely didn't get into
I never
that
got into
like I
Morrowind.
did Oblivion. At least I got more into it, but it was like after Oblivion it came out.
Of course,
So
yeah.
I like really sunk
I
my
was the
teeth
same.
into Oblivion. And honorable mention, you obviously know this one. This used to be my number
I
one
know.
for a while, but I just love Oblivion too much.
That guy right there.
There he is, Jack of Blades, who is the main antagonist in the Fable series. Well, Fable 1, Fable Lost
You're so
Chapters.
predictable.
I am. I mean, I'm consistent, man. I don't change.
It's like we've had hundreds of hours to discuss this shit.
Like, I'm sure people listen to this. I've already mentioned this probably prior so many times in
Yeah.
different episodes, but I just fucking love Oblivion. Whereas Oblivion was my my first like open world game I really got into. Fable was my first RPG
Okay.
I got into. So it's open, but it's much more linear.
Yeah.
So was my first RPG. Very charming. Again, this came out in 2004. So whereas like 2005, 2006, you're playing Oblivion, maybe like a 6th, 7th grader, you're like a 4th, 5th grader playing this game. You know,
Right.
we were.
Right.
We were. So it was charming and very mature for like that age.
Oh, yeah.
Because you can have like sex in this game. You can have sex in this game.
Nothing more needs to be said.
In the second one, you could have kids. I was going to say you can have kids, but that's not to the second one. But it was definitely mature, like, you know, them cussing, and that was just cool at that age. You know, obviously you want to see mature movies and shows and play Grand Theft Auto, and it sounds really terrible, but like, you know, like kill people and
dude, I remember being
vehicles
so
and shit.
mesmerized by Grand Theft Auto.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh. I was so young. Shouldn't have been playing Grand
Yeah,
Theft
no,
Auto
I was in
3
like
at this age.
second grade or something, and I was watching my mom and my brother play it, and I was like, dude, this is so fucking cool.
Yeah.
Like
I can
watching
do
them
anything.
in fucking GTA 3 and Vice City, I was
Yes.
like, dude, what the fuck?
Fucking just steal the tank, get 5
Yeah.
stars, just fucking blowing
My
shit
brother's
up.
picking up prostitutes. I'm like, dude, is this what real life is like?
Why is that car rocking in the alleyway outside the strip club?
Yeah.
And in my opinion, the spell system in Fable still holds up. Spell system. Did you ever play Fable?
I've played it. I've
Okay.
definitely never beaten it.
Spell system is just. I mean, I'm not going to really talk on it, but I just think it fucking holds up. It's really good. So, anything else you want to say on RPG?
RPG good.
RPG good. I like RPG. Bread and butter.
Nah. But for the next one, we have JRPG.
Jerpage.
Jerpage.
Jerpage. All right. You want me to go first on this one? No, you go. 'Cause
I'll go.
I
I'll
literally
go.
just went.
Yeah,
You just,
yeah.
We'll do that same order.
So for mine, I only put one here, but I guess I do have honorable mentions as always. But
Sure.
I put Final Fantasy X. Final Fantasy X.
Yeah. Solid.
So I just loved this game so much. It's very, very much nostalgic ties to it.
Very, two varies ahead of its time.
Very, very much. Oh, fuck.
Ahead of its
Oh,
time.
wait,
This
dude.
came out in 2001.
Yes. And the cutscenes, dude,
They
they
aged.
still hold up.
Oh, I mean, they do, but
No,
they're aged. But for a 2001 game, they look good.
I'm talking about like the FMVs, like the actual.
Oh, like him playing like Blitzball and shit. Like in the very
Yeah,
beginning,
yeah,
Sir
yeah.
Orin.
Yeah.
You know.
Like those.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
the CGI back then, just very good.
Yeah.
I guess it's not technically CGI. Just like, I don't even know.
I don't know what it'd be, but either way, the anime, I don't know.
But like putting
It
that
looks
into a
good.
fucking PlayStation 2 game, like hell yeah.
Yeah.
It's so sick.
That game has like one of the sweetest like intros. Like you watch
Yeah.
that video and you're like, oh my God, I'm
Yeah.
pumped.
Yeah. And then
Fucking pumped.
so much content in that game.
Yeah.
It's pretty challenging game. Like even now as an adult playing that game, it's going to be challenging. There's so many secrets in that game. There's just so much shit to do in Final Fantasy X. But yeah, fucking amazing game. Easy favorite. Honorable mention Final Fantasy VII. I mean, if you don't add that to your JRPG list, then you haven't played a true JRPG.
Yeah. It's not on my list.
Yeah, I do know what it is though.
Yeah, I'm sure you know what number one is.
I definitely do.
Yeah. Oh, that's what I wanted to say. Going back to RPG really quick, and I'm sure some people have already thought this if anyone's out there actually listening. We are counting Tears of the Kingdom as an RPG.
Yeah,
Like, get over yourself. This is an RPG.
it's an RPG.
So, I mean, but you know, some people are purists.
Of course, they're
Zelda's
it's
not
made
an
in Japan.
RPG, it's an action game.
It's Japanese and an RPG.
It's more of a puzzle game than it is an RPG. All you do is walk around and collect meat. Name one thing to level up. Name one thing.
So yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, but I think that's very fair to say at least Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom are RPGs.
Yeah,
And though they are like, you know, like Japanese games, I don't know if I would say they're JRPGs.
no, I mean
no,
even because I didn't.
more like RPG, just like Western RPG mechanics.
Yeah, because spoiler alert, I put no Pokemon down, not a single one. I'm pretty sure, but Pokemon, I think, is an RPG.
I would almost say that's a JRPG.
Yeah,
Yeah, but I mean, if someone's out here saying Pokemon's not an RPG or a JRPG,
like what would it be then?
You're just fucking wrong.
What would it be?
It's a creature capture game.
Okay,
I don't know.
how many of those are there?
I'm playing
that can't
devil's
be
advocate.
a fucking. That's a
Yeah.
sub genre.
It's literally a genre of its own, the Pokemon genre.
Yeah, seriously. So with that said, I just didn't put it down because I didn't classify it as any of these specific ones,
Right.
and I couldn't name a single one that would be my favorite above, like Elder Scrolls Skyrim. Like this game's fucking
Goated.
yeah.
It's
know?
one of the goats.
Though I do love Pokemon and would probably choose Pokemon over all of these as a whole, I just couldn't,
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah, no, that's very fair.
But yeah, what were you saying?
Oh, so you had so Final Fantasy X, Final Fantasy X for your number 1, and Final Fantasy 7 for the honorable mention.
Yeah, I'd probably throw Legend of Dragoon in there.
Really?
That's a very classic that I played way back in the day. I remember very little about it, but I remember it being like the best game ever playing that.
Maybe just keep those memories. Maybe not replay it.
Oh, dude, yeah, no. I listened to Remember the Games on Legend of Dragoon, and I was like, I can't go back to that. And they actually did they remastered, or not remastered, but they ported it over to something like PlayStation Plus, maybe recently.
I can see that. Yeah.
And yeah, but I have no intention of going back and playing it, to be honest.
That's fair. Anything else you want to say there?
Nope. All you.
So my number 1 JRPG, and once I actually thought of like one to do as an honorable mention, and I was like, yeah, that's fair as a JRPG. I was like, is this my number 1?
Mm-hmm.
Then I was like,
I think I know both of them.
I've got to do this as my number 1.
I know both of them.
You probably do. So number 1, you definitely know, Ni no Kuni. What?
The box. I'm pointing at the box.
I thought you were pointing at a tattoo. I had to think for a second. I was like, do I have a Ni no Kuni tattoo? Did I forget I had a Ni no Kuni tattoo?
Oh, that's funny.
I would love to. Actually, I'm definitely going to get a Mr. Drippy tattoo. But Ni no Kuni, Wrath of the White Witch. Yeah, that game is just truly something special. Incredibly charming. Made in part with the Studio Ghibli team. Very beautiful world.
Ghibli?
Well, I finally looked it up, and it's like Ghibli. It's, some Japanese, some Asian accent on it, but like...
Oh. I've heard both.
Yeah.
It's tomato.
I used to say Ghibli, like Ghibli. You got to put a little accent on it when you say it. Just can't be like Ghibli.
Studio Ghibli.
And I worked at Toys R Us at the time, and like this, I worked with this like super nerd. He was really into like anime. I'm not into that stuff. But he was like weeb, borderline like weeb level. And I had said Ghibli, and he corrected me. So from then on, I was like, it's got to be Ghibli. And then we looked it up the other day, and it's like, it really can go either way. But I was like, I'm just going to fucking say Ghibli. That just sounds more natural to me. So, but yes, Ni no Kuni, it's made in part with like the Studio Ghibli team. If you've seen the game or played the game, I mean, you just look at one image, you can automatically tell. But beautiful world that they created, beautiful like universe they created, really. I love the strategic combat, cute and funny characters, very charming characters, like I had mentioned, Mr. Drippy. He's like a little he started as like a plush doll that like came to life. I don't even really know how to describe him. He's small. He has like this really big, like almost like crescent moon nose with like a lantern hanging off, and he's got a Scottish accent. It's just fucking hilarious.
It's a Mr. Droopy.
Oi, Ollie boy.
Well, I was doing Italian.
That was what I did was a terrible Mr. Drippy accent, but like he's just such a good character.
Yeah, he's cool.
And it actually has this is why I really wanted you to get into it, but it has a creature capture system similar to Pokemon. You can there's over like 100, 150, maybe over 200 of these things that you can like capture, level up, teach them different things. There's different branches that they can evolve, like different paths that they can evolve into. Like this one can, if you give him this, he'll evolve into like a fire path. If you give him this, he'll evolve into like an ice path. And I don't know, that along with the heartwarming story, it's a good fucking game.
Yeah.
It's a good fucking game. I would almost say it's like a hidden gem because like not a lot of people. It got a sequel.
I'd say it's a hidden gem,
and people picked it up more, but like not a lot of people talk about Ni no Kuni. So that would have to be my number 1, Ni no Kuni. So what is my honorable mention / depending on the day could be my number 1?
I think it's gonna be Persona 5.
Damn, I didn't even go there really. But Persona 5 Royal, incredible game, but no, that's not it.
Oh, okay. Is it Tales of Arise?
No, definitely not.
Oh, okay.
No, I didn't get far into that. I've tried so many times, maybe hot take, but I've tried so many times to get into the Tales of games, and I just can't fucking do it.
Is it Arceus?
It's fucking Arceus.
Okay. That makes sense.
It's fucking Arceus.
Yeah.
And I'm literally not even going to say anything about Arceus because hopefully you listen to the podcast, and if you do, then you already know.
We already have an episode.
You already fucking know. Ashley, is Ashley listening? She still listening?
Oh yeah.
She already fucking knows.
Yeah.
I fucking love Pokemon Legends Arceus. Incredible game. That is probably still, like, since that game came out, that's probably the most fun I've had playing a game. And, like, I love, Tears of the Kingdom, having an incredible time.
It's a different type of fun.
Yes. Maybe it's because I'm still not super far in Tears of the Kingdom.
Perhaps, yeah.
But that is just, I don't know. It was just the most fun I've had. But yeah, it is a different type of fun. It's what they did with that game was so awesome. It's like a dopamine fun.
Literally,
like,
there's something
finding
everywhere.
a shiny, like, oh my god, there's a shiny. there's a fucking shiny alpha.
Yeah,
or just like finding an alpha when you first like come across the alphas. I said I wasn't going to talk about the game, dude. I'm say this because when we actually talked about this game episodes ago, I forgot to mention this, but the boss fights, what they did with that is so fucking cool, and I wish Scarlet and Violet would have had those.
Yeah,
there's hope with the DLCs. There could be similar style boss fight, but those boss fights were sick. What were those? The type of Pokemon that they would battle? They had a term to them.
A term?
Yeah, for like the giant ones that you would actually battle.
Not alpha. Fuck. What was it?
Noble
Pokemon. You got it.
But yes, number 1, Ni no Kuni, Wrath of the White Witch. Honorable mention. Number 2 could be number 1, depending on the day. Pokemon Legends Arceus.
Nice. That's fair.
Did you do strategy next?
I did.
Okay, so yeah.
So mine, I'm not like a huge strategy player, I guess. Like you could say like Final Fantasy Tactics, like that was fun.
Really,
I just haven't played it in a very long time. Started Conquest, still haven't played that. Obviously, Tears of the Kingdom just came out. Pokemon Conquest, I mean.
Yeah.
But one I did play a lot, and I played this a lot in school also, in my computer class with Ken.
Minesweeper.
No. Oh, so tactical.
3D pinball.
But
strategy, you got to use the bumper to hit the ball at the right time. I don't know.
What was that called? Space Cadet?
I thought it was called like 3D space pinball or something like that.
But anyway, I would put this game on a flash drive, and I put it on the computer's, what was it called? Like their direct system that you could access from any computer in the school. And I put it on one of those folders in it. And I would just put it on everybody's computer if they wanted to play it. But it was Age of Empires 2.
Oh, so that's like, is that like a real-time strategy?
Yeah.
What would you call that? That's real-time,
like
RTS?
Real-time, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because you're basically, you start from scratch and you have to build all the way up until, after it's been years since I played it, but all the way up until this last age, whatever that was. And you play as these different countries, and it's just very fun, very simple. I mean, simple to an extent, I guess, but still strategy based.
I never got into like that style of strategy game, but I feel like I really could. It's just that's a game that I feel like you do have to sink. It's like a learning curve. You have to really sink the time into learning that.
Yeah.
But those games always look so sweet.
Yeah. But like I've never really been that much into strategy games just because I know there's a learning curve.
Yeah.
Especially say you go into like Civilization 6. Imagine all the shit you got to learn, dude. And
I don't even
those games
try.
take hours. They can take literal days to finish a single game.
I believe it. Honestly, every time I get on, I forgot you're not playing on the Switch. But every time I get on Tears of the Kingdom, I always see, boop, Mikey, Civ 6.
Dude, he loves
every
that
single
game.
time. Dude, he does love Civ.
Which I get it. I mean,
yeah, I'm sure it's a lot of fun. Yeah, I just, again, you have to put a lot of time into just learning, grasping everything, and there's just other stuff I want to do at the moment. But who knows?
What did you put for yours?
Hold it. Before we get to that, did you have any honorable mentions?
Age of Empires 2. I would say strategy, because we didn't include MOBAs in this.
Oh, okay.
But I would say Smite.
Oh,
I love
fair.
Smite.
That's fair.
Though it did drive me into being an angry asshole. So I just kind of dropped it.
Like, I feel like it's majority of those players have to like. There's no way you avoid the toxicity of those games.
No.
There's no way.
No, because if you're not fucking up, somebody else is.
Yeah. Like, even in our short, because Pokemon Unite.
Yeah.
Like, that was my first dipping my toes into that genre, which I know that's, like, pretty small compared to some of them. You have, like, hundreds of characters you have to learn and shit.
It's getting there.
Yeah, which we are. There is a lot, and damn, I say it, but we need to pick that shit up again because that was so fucking fun. But even when it started, you had like maybe like 10, 15 Pokemon you could choose from. But even when we were playing, like I could feel it, you know?
Oh, dude,
like you're getting fucking raging when your other partner does one thing fucking wrong.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, I'm fucking top lane. Why'd you fucking go into the joke? You know, it's like, I need some fucking help, man. Zapdos is in the fucking center, dude. What are you doing at Dreadnought?
No, dude. It's about to hit a minute. It's about to hit a minute.
Yeah.
Meet me in the jungle.
Yeah. But, dude, it was...
We would carry the fuck out of people, but we'd still lose.
That shit was fun, man.
It's raging.
And if that's what, like, Smite was like, that same fun...
It's
like,
that,
when
but, like...
when you do
Yeah.
win, then I can see how addicting and just how you wouldn't want to stop.
I mean, dude, I sunk 3,000 hours into that game.
Sheesh.
And I just had to stop cold turkey. I was just like, I just can't do it anymore.
Yeah.
You know? Just makes
Dangerous.
me an asshole.
Danger zone, yeah.
Dude, I would like scream at people. It was bad.
Dude, no, again, just with a little bit of time, like I looked the other day, I only had like 80 to 90 hours in Unite, which is still crazy because we only played that game for like a few weeks, it felt like.
Yeah, we did it like every night though.
Oh, dude,
were
when we
playing
got
all the
home,
time.
I was fucking rushing, washing up.
Seriously.
I was bringing the Switch in there. Let's go, baby.
I know. And then
Ken, what are you doing? What are you doing, Ken?
we play a few matches and be like, fuck, dude, like we already have to go to bed.
I know. God. I know. I'd see 10 o'clock roll around.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn.
We'd be like,
Robert
one more
probably
match?
has one more match. You'd be like, nah, man, I got to go to bed. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
Fuck you, dude. I don't fucking need you.
Yeah. And you just lose 5 times in a row.
Dude. Gosh. But man, toxic, but that was fun.
Yeah.
So what I put, did I have a honorable mention? Yeah. So it's been a few years since I played this. I've only played through it once, but this was like one that snuck up on me. I didn't expect to really get into this like I did. But Fire Emblem Echoes, Shadows of Valencia. So this was a 3DS game.
You played this recently, right?
I mean, it was
Somewhat?
in this house, but it was a few years ago.
Okay.
Well, like 2 years ago, I'd
Gotcha.
say. But this came out in, I think it was like 2017. It was either 2017 or 2019. I want to say 2017. But this is a remake of the second Fire Emblem game, which came out
Didn't you play this on the 3DS?
The 3DS.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is a 3DS game. But it's a remake of a 1992 Fire Emblem game. I think it's called Fire Emblem Gaiden.
Gotcha.
And it came out on I want to say the original Famicom. So I don't even know if there was an English release until it was remade. But something about this game just had me in a chokehold. So I put like 40 to 60 hours into it. I beat it, but I think there was some extra content that I could have done, some DLC, but I didn't get into that. Probably whenever years down the line when I decide to like replay this game, I'll probably get into that.
Nice.
But what did I write on here? Tactical combat just feels good and perfectly balanced. Pretty good characters and writing. It wasn't a crazy story. The characters weren't so deep, but just seeing them interact with each other was really neat. You could form somewhat of relationships with some of the characters, so their bonds would go stronger. And out in the battlefield, they would give each other buffs if they were near each other. And this one added in, and I think the original had this, but it was really cool. They added in a dungeon crawling aspect to the game.
Oh.
So it wasn't literally just you're only playing when it's the tactical style strategy game. You would actually play as the main character, Alm, and I think the other character was Celica. But you would go through the caves and attack enemies and shit.
Oh, that's cool.
And then when you would attack them, it would then go into the battle, but you could find treasures and shit. It was just neat. And then my honorable mention would probably be Pokemon Conquest.
Nice.
Because again, I think that's another one where it's depending on the day, that could also be my number one.
Mm-hmm.
But, I've told you enough about Pokemon Conquest. It's another tactical game, but with Pokemon, which that's a fucking awesome formula right there.
Yeah.
What more do I need to say?
Yeah, definitely my least played genre of video games, I'd say, is strategy. Versus my older brother, which is pretty much all he plays.
Like, he's a big Total War guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I guess would Age of Calamity count as a strategy game at all? What kind of would that be?
All right, so Age of Calamity, there is strategy because you have to like send your troops here, send your troops. You have to know where to go on the battlefield. So, but I guess you could say
it's more like a hack and slash.
It's definitely hack and slash. But you could say there's, I mean, if you're saying that's a strategy game, then you can argue any game's a strategy game.
Yeah,
because any game kind of requires strategy. But it's definitely like action adventure, hack and slash. Hack and slash, I would kind of put in with action adventure.
Yeah.
Kind of like with like God of War.
Yeah.
Like if that was on your list anywhere, I would expect it maybe action adventure. You know? Mm-hmm. Spoiler. I'm sure it's going to be on there. But yes, so that's what I have for strategy. Fire Emblem Echoes, Shadows of Valentia, number 1, and honorable mention, Pokemon Conquest.
Cool. So next, we have Simulation. Let's see. For this one,
I'm going to choose life, like this life we're living. It's just a simulation.
Yeah.
Simulation
Hell of a
theory.
game. Hard. Very hard.
Oh my gosh. I want to rage quit. Just kidding. Just kidding. Don't flag me.
Oh, man.
I'm emotionally healthy. Mentally okay.
So for this one, I don't play a lot of sim games.
No, it's been a while.
I put Goat Simulator.
Did you really?
No, I did not.
Maybe that seems like
I have played
PC
Goat
game
Simulator. It
that you
is.
would play a lot. It's. I feel like it can be, but is Gmod a simulator?
Yeah, I'd say it's a simulator.
Because you probably put a lot of hours into that.
I have a lot of hours in Gmod,
Yeah.
but I did not list that. But yeah.
Yeah, I guess you could.
I guess that would be a simulation game because there's just so many game modes that it's pretty much every genre.
I mean, yeah, aren't RPGs like adventure simulations?
Yeah.
You know, like hero simulations, villain
all
simulations.
video games are simulations.
Yeah, that is true.
But I put Animal Crossing New Horizons.
Solid choice.
If I had to pick a favorite, it'd probably be that. You know?
Yeah. No, that was like we had a lot of fun with that game.
Yeah. I put so many hours into that game.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's going to like, like, oh, what the heck?
Ugh, what
answer.
the fuck?
What? I mean, like farming simulator? Sports team simulator?
And obviously, everybody knows what Animal Crossing is. You
it's very
get
popular.
put on a deserted island, you build the island up, you get a bunch of villagers, and you just decorate, and that's it.
It's kind of like a mayor simulator.
Pretty much,
You
yeah.
know?
Except you're the underling, and you pay this crook, Tom Nook.
Yeah, that is true.
You give him all your bells and whistles.
Literally,
Whistles as in you got to blow him.
you do. Y'all must not have beat the game if you haven't played Tom Nook.
You're one of KK's groupies.
Yeah.
Every Saturday.
Yeah.
For a...
Did you have any honorable mentions for that?
For an honorable mention, I just put Sims 4. I played that a bit. It's fun.
Yeah.
There's nothing... I've never been able to sink so much time into that game. Though I do see the appeal.
Yeah.
Because you can pretty much do anything.
Yeah, you can literally, just like a second life. Really.
Yeah.
The life you want to live.
Pretty much. What about you? What did you pick for simulation?
So simulation, there's definitely some nostalgia here, but I was a big fan of. I was going to say the early ones, but kind of like the early 2000s Harvest Moon games.
Okay.
So Harvest Moon: A Wonderful Life. So that came out on both the PS2 and the GameCube, but the GameCube was the superior version.
I had one of them on GameCube. I know there was a few, right?
You had A Wonderful Life and you had Magical Melody.
Yeah. I never
Which was a much more chibi.
Okay, that actually might have been the one.
Yeah, it was a much more chibi Harvest Moon. Which Harvest Moon, they're chibi games, but that one was like chibi.
Yeah, I never put a lot of time into it, I don't think. So I never really got into the Harvest Moon series, but I wish I did.
Yeah, I really enjoyed those games, but this one especially, because this was a game that my dad would actually play with me.
It was 2-player?
No, but he would like take over.
Okay.
And then I'd watch him, and then I would play.
Oh,
and
that's
he'd
awesome.
Watch me. Because this was like 04,
Mhm.
03, 04, 05. But yeah, it was just a lot of fun. It was like calming, relaxing, kind of like what you have with like Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
Very like atmospheric. And there's a remake coming out soon.
I did see something.
Well, I say remake, but I think it's like remaster, but they're
I
tweaking
remember
a
seeing
lot of
something
stuff.
about that.
But I think that's coming out really soon. I don't think it's out yet. It could be out in Japan, but I know it's coming out like it either like literally just came out or it's coming out really, really soon.
Yeah.
I know it was like summer, June, July. But yeah, that would have to be my number one. I had a lot of fun, sunk a lot of hours into that game. And my honorable mention is actually Animal Crossing New Horizon.
Nice.
Yeah, because that game is just
Solid.
very solid. We had a lot of fun. Like all the friends kind of playing that together, going to each other's islands and
Yeah.
fucking tarantula hunting.
Mm-hmm. So I have a was there any more you wanted to say on that?
No, simulation, no.
Okay. I threw one in here, a genre
A genre. Okay.
that you didn't put in here.
Okay.
So I put survival. Because that's a pretty big genre in gaming.
Survival. Okay. I'm trying to think of what. Let me hear yours so I can
okay.
I can like think.
So what I put Ark Survival Evolved.
Mm-hmm.
Dinosaur game.
Yeah.
Collect a bunch of dinosaurs, destroy people's bases with dinosaurs, and obviously you got to survive. Very fun game. You can sink thousands of hours into it if you want to, if you're playing on like a public server.
Mm-hmm.
Usually I was playing on ones that had buffs where it doesn't take as long. Like it could take you days to fucking capture a damn T-Rex on like a public server, like a vanilla.
Mm-hmm.
So I was not into that. Like a couple hours I can do, but
Right.
not days. So that was very fun. I put hundreds of hours into Ark Survival. Honorable mention Minecraft. I've done thousands of hours into Minecraft. That's a very fun game. I wouldn't say thousands, but probably at least 1,000. I know you never got into Minecraft really,
Mm-hmm.
but
Did not.
easily shit. Dude sold it for $1 billion
I mean,
to Microsoft.
probably like the most popular game. So
Yeah,
it's a
exactly.
big one. I'm definitely in the very, very slim minority with
Mhm.
like people who have not really got into that game.
Did you play Valheim with us?
No, I
you
didn't play that with y'all. I don't know what I was doing, but that was just one. I think because I played Ark a little bit with y'all, but then
Yeah.
I started to like kind of get out of that.
Okay.
And then that was when y'all were then played like Valheim, and I
Mhm.
just never like got back
Okay.
into that with y'all.
Did you play The Forest with us at all?
So that's what I'm thinking I would choose as my number one, just because I have not played a lot of survival games.
Yeah.
I mean, if you would let me, I would maybe Breath of the Wild. There's a lot of survival
that is
aspects
true.
to those games. Same with Tears of the Kingdom. Like you have to wear special clothing in certain areas. You
Yeah.
have to like eat food for like certain buffs. Weapons break all the time, so you have to like scavenge for materials
Yeah.
and shit. So I would say that game has a lot of survival
It
aspects.
has aspects, but I think like the survival genre, I feel like there's like a bunch of key components where you need like, you got to be able to survive. You got to, acclimate to the weather. You got to build your base.
Mhm.
So there's like a bunch of aspects that go into like a survival game, but I would say there's something to be said about that.
Yeah.
For sure.
But I would probably say the one I had the most fun playing with y'all was The Forest.
Okay.
Like that was really cool.
Yeah.
Kind of like a horror survival game.
Hmm. The sequel for that came out. I don't know if you knew that. A little while ago.
Yeah, because I've seen all the videos about like the NPC guy that you can get to like help you out and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know Matt was playing it for a bit.
But yeah, I mean that one was pretty fun. I'd say I had the most fun playing that one with you guys.
Okay, fair.
Yeah. But again, that would probably, if we're throwing that on the list, that's definitely the one so far that I've played the least genre-wise.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair. I've played quite a bit of survival games. I think they're pretty fun.
No, I definitely see
Conan
the appeal.
Exiles is a really good one.
I remember when you were playing that a shit ton.
Yeah, that's a good game.
That was a while back. But no, I definitely see the appeal. I just never got into like the big, like the games where you just drop fucking hundreds and thousands of hours
I know.
into, you know?
That's why I always played with like buffs on.
Yeah.
Where it's like,
You skip a lot of that time.
Yeah, like you hit a tree, you get all of it in one go versus you're just standing there for fucking minutes just hacking away, you know?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, so we're moving on to action adventure.
Yes. It's a big one.
Yeah.
This is, I would say behind, like RPGs, JRPGs, closely behind. Maybe depending on the day. Like action adventure is like my bread and butter too.
Yeah.
Like I love these.
I gotta agree with you there.
These style of games. They're just so easy to play. It's just so easy to get into them and get absorbed by them.
Mm-hmm.
You put the 20 to 40 hours in, 40 if it's like a big game. Like a 40-hour action adventure game, like that's a big you know, they're usually shorter games, is what I'm trying to say.
They're more story driven usually.
And that, gosh, that's what I'm about, where they introduce you to the characters, there's some depth there, like good combat, good story, 20 to 40 hours and you're done, you move on.
Exactly.
Like, I love that. That's what I love about these games. So, yeah, what would your number one action adventure hack and slash game be?
God of War Ragnarok, baby. Easy mode.
So I definitely could have put that here.
Mm-hmm.
But I did not. It's not on. It would definitely be an honorable mention, but it's not on there.
Okay. But
easily could be. Like, you remember the episode we did on that game.
Oh,
we
yeah.
were sucking Kratos' dick, dude.
3 hours.
Dude, 3 hours of sucking. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Tickling the balls, dude.
Fucking,
Kratos was having an orgasm.
Oh, he had multiples.
Yeah.
I mean, my belly was full.
We fucking love that game. Which is fucking better than Elden Ring, you fuckers. Bitches.
By the way, you put Elden Ring.
Yeah, by the way, Elden Ring. But we did enjoy that game. Don't get me wrong. We put a lot of...
Elden Ring's
we
great.
put more hours into Elden Ring.
Yeah,
a
we
lot
did.
more. Triple the hours into that game than we
Yeah.
did with Ragnarok. But Ragnarok's still a better game. It's a fact.
What did you put?
Did you have any honorable mentions? So Ragnarok.
I did not. I did not put any for this one. I mean, just name any other fucking God of War game. It's right there.
Number one, The Last of Us.
Okay.
I gotta give it to The Last of Us.
That's fair.
The Last of Us, really, I mean, the first one, but really 1 and 2, like, they just go together so well.
I mean, I feel like your list is just all PlayStation exclusives right here.
They-
Fucking Uncharted. You got fucking, what's the one with the motorcycle gang?
Days Gone.
Days Gone.
Dude,
You got-
seriously,
Yeah.
like, PlayStation has just always killed it. Always killed it. Look, and
Tomb Raider.
Uncharted, I mean, Tomb Raider is good. That's not on my list, but it's
Right.
really good. But, like, The Last of Us is number one. Honorable mention, Uncharted, 1, 2, 3, and 4, but number 4 is my main one. But they're both Naughty Dog games. Naughty Dog just kills it. So The Last of Us, I mean, I don't even really have to say anything here. Like, you already know. Incredible story and storytelling. Gameplay and combat feels really smooth, responsive, very satisfying, and well-written characters. I mean, this game is just...
Would you say the
the
first one or the
easiest.
second one's better?
I'd probably say the first one, not by much. Like, the second one definitely did some weird things story-wise, but, like, ultimately, it was a lot longer, a lot deeper, a lot more depth, a lot more stuff going on, a lot more themes. But, yeah, that first one, I would still have to give it to the first one. But
Okay.
the second one was still amazing.
Nice.
Absolutely amazing. And again, honorable mention, Uncharted 4, incredible story. I mean, the writing, the storytelling's phenomenal. Good characters. I did put here Breath of the Wild, because you know, if that's like any of these games, it's definitely like an action.
That's for sure,
adventure
yeah.
game. It's an adventure. There's no doubt about that. That's like the epitome of what this game is.
Yeah.
Same with like Tears of the Kingdom, which, man, I cannot wait to play some more and just do that episode. Dude, that's another. We are going to suck the shit out of Link's dick. Oh, my gosh. We're going to suck Link's dick, Ganon's dick, Impa's dick.
And some other characters you can't name right now.
Yeah. We're going full gay on Tears of the
facts.
Kingdom. But yeah, I fucking love action adventure games. Oh, Days Gone, like you had said, fucking hidden gem, hidden fucking gem. Not a lot of people, very underrated. Not a lot of people know about Days Gone or just know about it but didn't play it. I'm glad that Colton played that game. That game is fucking awesome. Breaks my heart that we will probably not get a sequel. I wish that game would have done better because that game is just fucking amazing.
Damn.
Yeah.
That was a PlayStation exclusive, right?
Yep.
It's unfortunate.
Well, it came to PC.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah.
Which, I probably still got a year or two, but that game, I will definitely be replaying that game within the next 5 years for sure.
Nice.
Yeah, maybe check out the mod, see what's out there.
Mm-hmm.
Just play it in all its glory. Obviously, it probably looks a lot better on PC. No surprise there, but phenomenal game.
All right, so we're moving on to FPS, first-person shooters.
This is one of Robert's favorite genres.
I love this shit, dude. And that is sarcasm, by the way.
Yeah, he's not really big into them. Which I would definitely say I'm a bigger fan, but I'm not like gung-ho with, FPS.
Yeah.
So yeah, what do you got?
I struggled on this one. Not even going to lie. Like, I've played tons of FPS, but I don't have any favorites. So I put Halo 2. The one I had the most fun on.
Yeah.
Solid.
Dude, no one's gonna fucking argue that.
Yeah.
Like Halo 2 is classic.
Yeah.
Absolute instant classic. 2004 instant classic.
Yeah. Like, I had fun on, like, PUBG. I've had fun on Modern Warfare. And then fucking Battlefield 3. All these games, but I don't know. Nothing hit really like Halo 2. Maybe GoldenEye. That's a fucking great one from back in the day. Wait, was that first person?
Yeah.
It was? Okay. But yeah, I mean, tomato, first person, third person shooter. It's all the same shit.
I mean, you could even say, you could make Star Wars Battlefront a first person game. It was mainly a third person game, but you can go in the options and make it a first person game.
That's true. Hell, if that's what we're saying, then it's fucking Battlefield 2.
I would.
Now I gotta say Halo 2.
Yeah, like that is a dedicated first person.
Yeah.
Like that's a FPS.
Yeah.
When you say Star Wars Battlefront, like the OG ones, 1 and 2, you're not thinking FPS. Oh, that's a good FPS game. No one says that.
The base.
Oh, Fort Lee. So is that all you have for FPS?
Yep, that's it.
So I am number one. This game, especially when it came out, really hit home. Me and my brother, gosh, the amount of hours, because when we grew up, we didn't have like internet and shit. We couldn't play stuff online with friends, so we just went through this game split screen so many fucking times. Loved Halo 2, but Halo 3 was that fucking guy. Halo 3 was that fucking guy when that came out in 2007. Man, that was a fucking masterpiece of a game. So I said, such a monumental game, especially when it came out. Incredibly fun campaign, fun multiplayer, which again we didn't have online, but it's not like we never played the multiplayer.
Yeah.
Like we went to friends' house and played online and shit. Great maps, great guns, great new features that they added in with the combat, like the bubble shield and just things you could like then throw down.
Yeah.
The Forge mode was fucking dope. You could just like create maps and shit and then play them in multiplayer. That was fucking
awesome.
Cool. The theater mode, that was fucking awesome. Because you could like go through a multiplayer match and then go into theater mode.
Oh, yeah.
And go through that match and like you can literally be anywhere, any angle you want. You can record, make videos. You can stop things, slow motion.
No, that was huge on YouTube.
Dude, me and Gunnar Erdman, we would like set shit up and do races and set up like videos and go into theater mode and like make movies all the time.
Yeah.
That's where the Gazaigatron came from.
That's awesome.
Fun fact. Yeah, dude. We were making a video and we were recording to where like the phone like or whatever we were using the camera, you could only see the fucking like the TV screen, but we were still talking just to give our our characters like voices and shit. And that was where the Gazaigatron came from.
Damn, lore.
Yeah.
You got some IRL lore.
You didn't know you were getting some fucking lore in this podcast. Well, you did know that because we have a few lore videos. So yeah, IRL lore. DLCs to come.
Yeah.
But yes, Halo 3 is definitely one of the best FPS of all time, in my opinion. An honorable mention. This is one I surprisingly went through pretty recently. You could guess this one. You were there a little bit, but when me and Ken were going through some Halos.
Oh, ODST.
ODST.
Yeah.
God dang, this is a freaking good game. I wouldn't say a Halo game is a hidden gem, but this is one that people sleep on.
I would say the ODST is slept on compared to like the others. Yeah,
it's definitely slept on. Man,
I'd say after 3.
this is an incredibly atmospheric experience. Like, this was such a sad but also beautiful experience of a game. Gosh, that's all I really had to say on it. The soundtrack was amazing. Again, I played this through like a year and a half ago. I don't think it was. No, it wasn't 2 years ago. So like a year and a half ago, me and my buddy Ken had played through this. Well, we were playing through all of the Halos. We played through Halo 3 campaign, the All on Legendary, Reach campaign, this one, and then we got stuck on Halo 2 because that game is just a fucking beast. That game is hard. Doing like co-op campaign on Legendary because where in the other ones, if one person dies, you go somewhere safe, they'll respawn. But in Halo 2, if one person dies, you got to fucking start over from the checkpoint.
Yeah.
And it kept crashing on us. Like, we'd get far and the game would crash, and we'd have to like start from we'll pick it up at some point. We just had to fucking stop, and we just never picked it up.
Damn.
But Halo 3 ODST, phenomenal game. Phenomenal.
Those were the COVID days.
Those were the COVID days. Yeah, seriously. Come back. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, Halo 3 and Halo 3 ODST.
Not bad, not bad.
Yeah.
So now we got puzzle games.
It's another one I didn't really play too much.
Yeah.
Genre-wise. I literally only have one.
I would say I'm not like a huge puzzle video game guy.
I see the appeal. Like, I think there's a time and place for me with puzzle games. There's just so much other stuff I want to play. But if I just want to like relax and play something for 30 minutes, I could see a puzzle game being the game that I would want to play. It's just, if I have 30 minutes to play a game, I'm just not going to play a game.
Exactly.
Know?
No, that's way too less.
Game if I can sink in like at least 3 to 5 hours in.
Yeah. So for puzzles, I put We Were Here and We Were Here Too.
Oh, you know what?
I don't know if you've ever messed with these.
Me and Ken, again, we went through one of them.
Probably We Were Here Together. That's like the most popular one,
We went through one, and then we started going through another.
Okay.
It could have been that one. It could have been the second one. We just like, it may have been the first one. I feel like we like picked up the first one.
Maybe.
But yeah, you can beat it in just like a few hours.
Yeah.
And then, like, I guess they kind of get longer with each new edition.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they add in more. But those games were fun.
They're very fun games. Yeah.
Kind of like escape room-esque.
Yeah.
Like, you're, like, solving things in rooms. And, like, he may be locked in another room, but y'all are talking. You can talk to each other. So it's like, hey, I have this. When I push this, what's happening on your screen?
Yeah.
You know, it's that whole thing.
It's so fun.
Yeah, really, like, clever gameplay.
Yeah. But when you do get into your Oculus, the escape room games are easily the best in those games.
I can imagine.
They're so fun.
I can imagine. I feel like, again, I have the Quest 2, which came out like a while ago now. I've had it for a while. But I just feel like I really wouldn't get into it unless I had friends to play with. You know?
Yeah, that's
so
fair.
if like you started picking up and playing more VR games and like someone else got a VR and they were playing games, then I could see myself being like, all right, let's get on.
That would be fun if we all got
chat,
on like VR chat.
Fuck around. You know?
Yeah, that would be awesome. Also another genre, VR.
Yeah, but I have
Yeah.
very, very limited experience there, so
Fair.
maybe another time.
What about your puzzle games? Did you put anything?
I literally just put one. It was a game I went through with my dad not too long ago, because that's another thing that's another type of game my dad will play through with me. So he weirdly, so we played through Harvest Moon. Not that he'll get back into that genre again, but any like classic style Mario game that comes out, like the 2D kind of platforming ones, he loves those games. And most of them you can play with 2 people. So like the Yoshi's Woolly World, the Yoshi's Crafted World, we played through those. The Donkey Kong Countries, we played through those. But he also likes puzzle games. And weirdly enough, Borderlands and Devil May Cry.
Interesting.
Yeah, we haven't played Devil May Cry in a while, but when Borderlands 3 came out, not too long ago, we did go through that one.
Huh.
But we played through Unraveled 2.
Okay.
And that's kind of a cool concept. You're like these little, almost like fucking like yarn, like voodoo, like esque dolls, but you're connected. So you have to get through puzzles, but use that yarn connection to like solve these puzzles. So whether he's able to swing on that other piece of yarn that he's connected to, or you can fucking like pull him up, I think.
That's
you just
cool.
have to like get through the stages.
It Takes Two would be considered a puzzle game, right?
Again,
in some aspects,
I looked it up. You're
more
going to see that
platformer.
game somewhere else on my list. But yes, I felt like it belonged to another genre more than puzzles. Because, I mean,
Okay.
again, you could be like, Zelda's a puzzle game,
Yeah.
you know, because there's a lot of puzzles and shit.
Fair.
But so, again, haven't played many puzzle games, but this was one. Another one my dad would play with me. A lot of fun, very clever gameplay. Like I did my best to explain there.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Okay.
Unraveled 2, the sequel.
Not bad. And let's see here. Next, we got horror. Little horror.
Okay, horror.
And I put
Hold on, horror?
horror.
Horror. Simple mistake.
That's okay. I put
'Cause
my number one.
I do like some horror games.
Yeah.
There's quite a few horror games.
Furry Hitler.
Hey, not bad. Have you played it?
Hentai Heaven.
Not bad. Have you played it? Dude, don't come at me.
Dude, I
You haven't played it yet.
I
You haven't played it
platinumed.
yet. All right, so horror games.
Horror games. See, I got for my number one, I put Dead by Daylight. Just because that's probably the one I've sunk the most time into.
Same.
And it's probably my favorite, although playing it now, it doesn't scare me. But when I first started playing it, I was just like, holy fuck, this is terrifying.
Oh, it is.
Because you got
Oh,
other
it
people
absolutely
hunting
is.
you.
Yes.
And, I mean, everybody knows what Dead by Daylight is. You play as a killer versus 4 people who are trying to survive, or vice versa. You're trying to survive from the killer. And I don't know, it's just such a simple game, although pretty strategy based.
Oh, very strategy based.
You get a lot of
it's like stayed
unlockables.
alive
Yeah.
for so long. Keeps getting updated just because it's so strategic.
Yeah.
But it just got... It's fun. It just got old for me.
It gets stale.
Like I just
after a
couldn't
while.
keep going to it every night with you guys. I was like, I gotta play something else.
Yeah, it gets stale. What was the other one? That other one we were playing? That's
That was now going to be my number one. Prop Night.
Prop Night. Yeah.
Prop Night was... I still love playing that. It's been a while, but I would love to go back to that, even though people are fucking sweaty on that game now.
It's hard to consider that horror, but it's got like scary characters, I guess.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's kind of the same premise.
Yeah.
It's just it also has like prop hunt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I don't know. I wonder if that newest patch came out. I haven't like looked into that in a long time. Remember when
it's
they
been
were
a
like
long time.
revamping the graphics and
yeah.
everything?
Yeah, we got to look into that.
Because last I checked, that was like last year. So
Yeah.
that bitch could be out now. It
Yeah.
should be out. We'll have to get with Ken because we had some fun playing that.
Huh.
But yeah.
So I do have one other one I listed and then an honorable mention.
Okay.
So Phasmophobia.
Damn, dude, I just was forgetting all these fucking games. But yes, Phasmophobia.
It's very fun. You go in with a group of up to 4 people.
It's fun with a full party.
Very fun with the full party, yeah. Love to see people freaking out, especially if it's their first time playing it. They don't want to be in a room alone. So that shit is creepy as fuck.
Yes, like the graphics aren't that good, but like when you have that shit just kind of like flashing in the corner and then right in your face, fucking just grabbing you.
Have your volume up, lights off, and you're playing, and then you're in a dark room, and you just hear these noises. You hear the fucking radar going off, dude. It's scary. It could be very scary.
It's very like eerie and atmospheric.
Yeah, and the last time we played, that shit like got hard.
Oh yeah, no. The last time I played,
buffed the fuck out of those ghosts.
I had to try and remember how to play because it had been a while. But we didn't win one match. It was really difficult.
Honorable mention, Slender Man. I don't know if you ever played that.
I couldn't play it back in the day. It was terrifying. I had to watch like Mikey and Melvin, RIP. I had to watch Melvin play that shit.
Dude, it's fucking scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Just a terrifying game in general.
Honorable mentions, not really scary, but I would still put it in there. That Midnight Ghost Hunt.
Oh, dude, yeah, that's
fun
so
as fuck.
fun. I love that game.
That was fun as fuck.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would have to say Prop Nights is my favorite. I had a lot of fun playing the Dead by Daylight, even though it did get like a little stale for me.
Mm-hmm.
But when we first started playing, like the first match, I was the killer, and I was that guy with I think he had the bell.
Yeah.
And he would disappear.
The Wraith.
Dude, like that was fucking cool, man.
Yeah.
But it is fun when you're playing all survivors, like all your friends are playing survivors,
so
and you're
fun.
just on Discord and you're like talking to everybody, and you're really strategic. Like, hey, all right, I'm drawing him out. I'm drawing out. Y'all work on that gen. Y'all work on that gen. All right, I lost him. Where's he at? You know, it's fucking anxiety inducing.
Oh, dude, yeah.
I'm trying to think. I haven't like played any of the more classics, like the Resident Evil. I haven't really gotten to
dude,
Resident
people are
Evils.
fucking shouting at us right now. Resident Evil, Outlast,
Silent Hill, you're gonna play Silent Hill.
Outlast, Dead Space.
Again, I'm just
not into those.
I really do want to play the Dead Space remake. Like I've said in a previous video, I've just been kind of feeling that itch to play a horror game. I definitely want to play the Resident Evil 4 remake.
We should fucking go through Outlast though.
I just either on Discord or with friends. Like I don't want it to. I feel like we need a bigger group. You know?
Yeah, I definitely don't want to do it alone. I'm a pussy.
We didn't beat it, but the Quarry. That was.
Oh
good.
yeah.
Oh, what
Me
was
and
that
Ashley
other
started
one? Hold on, y'all did what?
We started the Quarry.
Y'all started it.
Mm-hmm.
What was that other one that's very similar?
Medieval. What is it? Oh, is it? Wait, what are you talking about?
A game that's it's a horror game, but it's that same like storytelling. Your choices make your decisions like impact the end.
Man of Medan?
It's the other one, the first one where you're in the house.
I could see it's like a skull. And
yeah, fuck. I forgot what that one's called.
Something.
But I actually beat that one. Me and Jeff went through that.
Oh, nice.
I think Terrell was there too, but that was a pretty good one. That was a pretty good one. Got creepy. I mean, they kind of played on the whole like jump scares a lot of the times.
I think Alien would be fun to go through too, because apparently that one's fucking
The
terrifying.
Isolation?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I bet. We haven't been on Discord in a long time.
Oh, I know. It's been very long.
It's just like I want to do that. That sounds fun, but it's like I got Zelda to play. You know?
I know. Yeah, I'm the same
It's
here.
like-
Like I've been playing single player games for like a year now.
Yeah.
That's it.
But damn, yeah, there's some
Hidden gems.
There's some fucking horror games I want to play. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's some really good ones out there. I just wasn't like thinking about. But yeah, no, all those ones we listed were really fun.
The killer's chasing me.
The killer's chasing me.
All right, so
Oh damn! He got me.
help. All right, so now we're on to platformers.
All right, platformers. What do you
So
got?
I've only gotten one.
Really?
I only put one. But this is
Okay.
my favorite one.
Okay.
Oddworld, Abe's Odyssey.
I should have. Been
Now
able
this
to
could
guess.
be, I think it's like a fusion of like puzzle and platformer. So it's a little of both,
Yeah.
but definitely takes some thinking for the platforming. So it's a little good mixture.
I didn't play this one, but I absolutely know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Like it's a pretty big series.
It's a very good game. I've played the other one. There's one on Xbox, but I can't remember what it is.
Is that the one with the soda can?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. I played that one a little bit, but it was nothing like this. I think that one's like 3D, whereas this one's like 2D based.
Oh, okay. Like PlayStation 1.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But, I mean, obviously, you can go to any of the Marios, the 2D Marios mainly for the platforming.
I mean,
the other ones have platforming too, but I'm just saying, like,
they're 3D platformers.
yeah.
Like, they're still like platforming
Shit, you
games.
can go to Spyro,
Oh,
Crash Bandicoot.
And I did go there. Not with Crash Bandicoot, but. So, my number one. Super Mario Sunshine.
Okay.
Absolutely love this game. Have always loved this game. I remember when I first got my GameCube, it was either 2001 or 2002, but I got it with Super Mario Sunshine, and I played the ever-living dog shit out of this game. Way ahead of its time, still ages very well. In my opinion, some people shit all over Mario Sunshine, but I fucking love it. Tight fluid controls, really cool Mario atmosphere. It's very different. You had that like flood backpack system, which again, a lot of people didn't like, but I really enjoyed it. So yes, really loved Super Mario Sunshine. Honorable mentions would be really just like the Jak and Daxter series, but I put Jak 2 in particular. Although Jak and Daxter, the first one, has a lot more platforming. But I would still consider Jak 2 like a 3D platformer, even though they like added a lot more story in there.
Yeah.
And this is where It Takes Two came in for me.
Okay.
Because you and Ashley finished It Takes Two, right?
We didn't beat it.
Oh, you didn't beat it?
We haven't beat it yet.
Well, my girlfriend and I have been like slowly putting time into it. And then we drop it for a while, pick it back up, slowly put more time into it. And we finally, a few months ago, we finally beat it. And gosh, that was a good game.
Oh, yeah.
That's a really good game. Really good ending. I mean, I think you can only really play it couch co-op. But an incredible game to play with a significant other, especially, but like, you know, you can play with a buddy, a friend.
Yeah.
But that was a really good game. But yeah, like you said, the Spyros, the Crash Bandicoots, Spyro, the third Spyro game, Year of the
Ignited?
Dragon. I think that was probably my favorite.
Oh,
But yeah,
sick.
yeah, there's some goodies.
Okay. Well, that's all I had for platformer. So now we're in a fighter. Don't look.
No, really, you played that?
Now we're on to fighters. Obviously, I had to put the best one as my favorite.
Avi.
Super Smash Bros. Ultimate.
Avi. I just put,
Super
sorry.
Smash Bros. In general, probably.
I just put in general, yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. I just put Ultimate, obviously, because it's
That was when you really got
easily
on board with.
accessible.
Yeah.
I mean, the one I probably played the most was 64,
Oh,
to
shit.
be honest. But yeah, easily accessible. All the characters.
All the maps.
There's just so much shit in Ultimate. It's hard to go wrong with that one.
Yeah, absolutely.
Everybody's played Super Smash Bros.
Everybody
Everybody
literally.
knows all the characters. I mean, not all the characters, but characters in this game.
Most of them, because they're just like the icons.
Yeah.
You know?
Like, nobody doesn't know Mario, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, easy favorite. And then the other one I put was Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2.
Oh, dude. Ah! How did I put... You put that over Budokai? I wasn't even thinking Dragon Ball Z.
As a favorite, sure. Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Because I wouldn't say Budokai is just a fighting game.
What?
I mean, it is,
What
but
the fuck is it?
it's more story driven, though.
It's a fucking fighting game.
But I'm talking about fighting games
You're
just
a fucking moron. No, I'm just kidding.
for the fighting, though. I'm not saying.
Dude. Well, I'm mad at myself because my mind just did not even go there, so I can't like shit on you for that because my mind wasn't even there. But Xenoverse over... There's a story there.
I mean, there
same
is,
argument.
but that's not why you play it, though. Dude, the Xenoverse 2 fighting is way better than Budokai.
I couldn't get into Xenoverse, man.
You're crazy.
I couldn't get
You
into
make
it.
your own fucking character, dude.
I know
sick.
it's awesome. It's fucking awesome. You can have like the Majin race and
Yeah.
the Frieza race. Like it's dope, but
But you're a loser and you have bad taste. So
you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
what
And
the
that
fuck
hurts.
did you put?
I literally put Smash Bros. And well, now I'm putting fucking Budokai 2. But I really enjoyed Soul Calibur. Like Soul Calibur
Okay.
is a fighting game.
Yeah,
No
of
doubt
course.
about that. So Soul Calibur 2 and 3. Like those were the big ones. I had Soul Calibur 2 for the Xbox. And like we've said before, what was really cool about those
The
Soul Calibur 2
exclusive
versions
characters.
was the exclusive characters.
Yeah.
And was really impressed you were actually able to guess the Xbox one. Do you remember? The Xbox exclusive character for Soul Calibur 2?
Spawn.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that was the version I had played. I wish I played the GameCube one. Not that I like can't play it anymore, but you got Link. Well,
Yeah.
Zordo, the Legend of Zordo.
Yeah, Zordo.
The green guy, the Zordo. You could play as Link, and yeah. So the third one was sweet because I think it was the third one where you could actually create a character. Yeah,
In Soul Calibur?
I think you could create a character in Soul
That
Calibur.
sounds right.
Yeah, but Soul Calibur. Either way, Soul Calibur.
Yeah.
Like especially if you're putting it up against like Tekken, Street Fighter.
Hell, I almost
Mortal
went like
Kombat.
WWE in this.
Damn, that would
Those
have been
games
cool.
are so good.
But that's not a fighting game. That's a wrestling game. Just kidding.
I mean, come on. It's more simulation than fighting.
Yeah, I mean, true. I mean, it's kind of a puzzle game you think about.
Yeah, because you got the grapple and then
But you're role playing as this character, so wouldn't it be an RPG? I mean,
it's an action adventure,
you
dude. You
could-
got to go through the story.
Oh gosh, it could literally be all
yeah,
of them.
literally.
Maybe not FPS
Horror.
but-
I'm playing The
Horror.
Undertaker.
Oh my gosh, it's dark. His intro, it's scary. But I will say, I was going to say Soul Calibur over like Street Fighter,
Mortal
Tekken,
Kombat.
Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
I do like Mortal Kombat Deception. Like that was a really good game. I enjoyed that one. But when I had hung out recently with Matt and Cam, shout out Cam Crowboy. We had played through. We were just like picking random games and just playing them.
Mm-hmm.
We had picked out Street Fighter 5.
Did y'all do a speed run in Spyro?
No, surprisingly, but no.
Street Fighter 5?
We played Street Fighter 5.
Okay.
And like I have no background other than like Soul Calibur and
Smash Bros.
I have no real background in like fighting games. I'm doing what everyone else is doing. You're just like, all right, that
Smashing
kicks,
buttons.
that punches,
Yeah.
this blocks, this does some special thing. Here's my grab. So you're just kind of like, for the most part, kind of mashing buttons.
Yeah.
Dude, I was whooping ass.
Really?
Yeah. I would fucking beat Matt. All right, to go to Cam. Beat Cam, go back to Matt. Beat Matt, go back to Cam. Dude, I didn't lose. I didn't lose. You can't beat me. That's my fucking game. You can't beat me. Come see me. But yeah.
Fucking Antonio's going to hear this.
Oh, dude. Antonio would literally hear this and be like, all right, come on.
Yeah.
Literally beat my ass with one fucking hand.
Literally.
He's done it.
While
I've
smoking a
seen him
blunt.
do it. Yes. He's high as fuck. He doesn't even know what's going on. He thinks he's a fucking Super Saiyan. He's just like...
Wait, what are we playing? We're playing Xenoverse.
Is this Naruto?
We're playing
Oh, damn, I
Dragon
still
Ball
beat your
Fighter
ass.
Z.
Gosh, that's funny. But I've literally seen that man whoop, embarrass people
Yeah.
with one fucking hand. He's played those games so much. I was looking at his hours because I see him pop up,
On
and
the
he
Switch.
still will play Xenoverse.
That's awesome.
It still pops up.
Dude,
with
they still
Xenoverse.
get DLC.
He has, I think it was like 400 or 500 hours in Xenoverse.
That's crazy.
He's almost about to pass his amount of hours in Sword and Shield, but Scarlet and Violet. He almost has many hours in Scarlet and Violet as he has in Sword and
really?
Shield. Yeah.
Damn.
Yes. I think like 10 more hours and he'll pass it. Which again, Sword and Shield has been out for years.
Yeah.
Scarlet and Violet, it's
Couple months.
like maybe 6 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's definitely like 6,
Yeah,
7 months,
yeah,
but
yeah.
not a year, and he already has almost 500 hours in it.
That man can play some games.
Which I guess you could argue there's definitely more things to do
Mhm.
online wise. But yeah, the man loves some fucking Pokemon, Dragon Ball Z, and Naruto.
Yeah.
You don't play around with those games.
So
You don't play.
I got one more genre for you. Party games.
Oh, party games. Oh, okay. Okay. What do you got? I mean, the obvious one.
Jackbox.
Yeah.
And then there's Mario Party.
Mario
That's
Party.
Pretty
I mean,
much it.
literally the two. Yeah.
I mean, you got Monopoly, Uno. All these are online.
I mean, yeah, they are. There are
Tabletop
video
simulator.
game-
Oh, it's a simulator. Damn.
I wish we would have got more into that because there's some cool shit you can do with that.
Dude, the learning curve on that shit is
The learning
insane.
curve, but I've seen people play like D&D,
That's what I'm saying.
and like I've seen like they're animated.
Yeah.
Like the enemies are animated and your characters are animated swinging and shit. Like
Yeah.
it's cool, especially getting VR and play that shit. Oh my gosh, we would
That'd be awesome.
lose some time in that game. But I mean, I would probably say the same. Jackbox and Mario Party in that order. Like I like Mario Party, but Jackbox, it's hard to beat.
There's so many games in Jackbox.
You have It's a lot more. It's a better time.
Yeah.
You have a lot more fun. But yeah, no, that was a good one to add in on there. Last second.
That's all I got, man. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, no, that's that's all I got, buddy.
All right. Guess we can wrap it up there.
Yes, sir.
This has been episode 31.
31. Can you do something for me? Hey,
Papa.
hey.
Peace.
Bye.
Got any chicken nuggies?
That's part of the game. I get it. And think about you.
Shopping at boutiques for her pants.
Oh God. You know who I miss? Yeah, seriously, that's like an inside joke.
Who do you miss?
Y'all will not get that joke. It's an inside joke. Jabro. I know that's not a Jabro reference, but that made me think about Jabro. Jabril.